Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast Live. And as you can see, we have moved away, at least for the duration of the football offseason, we've moved away from the 10 o'clock in the morning on Sundays. We're going to move to 6 p.m. on Sundays with the caveat of during the month of Ramadan, because we have to Sneed, myself, and I'm sure some of our other Muslim brothers and sisters who watch this show, we're going to have to be able to break fast and do that before we go ahead and get on here with you all. So during the holy month, we will make sure we let you guys know what time we're going to be on Sunday evening. But it's going to be roughly around the time of sundown Eastern Standard Time. So please bear with us. But after that, for the rest of the summer, until football comes back, it'll be 6 in the evening on Sundays. All right. So glad you're here with us. Really appreciate it. Just wanted to get that public service announcement out. Sneed, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, blessed, and as the wise words of Brother Bruce, maintaining, bro.
That's it. Maintaining. Can't do anything else. Really? Already? Oh, my gosh. All right.
Eddie, your brother ain't even here to save you right now, bro.
Right.
You know?
I don't know what this is about.
You know what? It's the month of Ramadan. We got to be patient.
You know what? Absolutely.
We gotta tolerate, you know.
Absolutely. That's right. Ronald McDonald. Okay. But
playoff Sammy, bro. Ain't nobody ever said that, bro.
Nobody said that. But that's okay, though. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the channel members. Of course, we got to show them love because they take care of us. We really appreciate it. And that's, of course, that's Laker Nation, a.k.a. Coach T, host of the Be Ready Sports Podcast. It's Not That Serious. Chief Sid Bubba, what's going on, Chief? Appreciate you. Appreciate everything you've done for this nation and for this channel. Shout out to the boys from Annapolis. No Navy song today. It is beautiful. All right. Baltimore Bruce. No, you don't get to sing it, Sneed. You don't get to sing it.
He remixes it every week. I don't even know the words anymore.
He does. He definitely freaks it. He freestyles that. I can't front. He's pretty good with that. Steve, king of the chat, what's going on, man? Nino, Sneed got what you need, of course, and Micah, shout out. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to get right to it, man. Y'all know what it is. Like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into these quick hits. I'm going to let you go first, Sneed. What's your quick hit, man?
Man, I got to stop going on X, bro, and watching this offseason football stuff. All right, so I saw a proposed trade.
Okay.
It sends Jamison Williams from the Detroit Lions, and I think like some picks for Myles Garrett. And
wow,
I just want to say,
definitely not enough
to whoever proposed. I don't care what the combination of picks is. If you trade away a guy like Myles Garrett, you end up like Dallas. Like we have a case study in how not to do things, bro. How could you have something so recent and so like just literally last season and not realize that is the wrong move? But it goes to show you how like crazy, radical, and fanatic some people are. They really think like a guy like Myles Garrett can be moved. Unless he is literally saying, I will never play football and wear this uniform ever again.
Right.
You don't do that. The haul has to be so big in terms of the return of value. You need picks for multiple years.
Yeah.
You need high value picks because he's going to change a franchise. You know, the only reason he hasn't really changed the Browns franchise because the dysfunction that's there. But if you dropped him on your team, his team, their team, you probably are going like probably going to compete for a chance at an AFC or NFC title game.
Sure.
You know, like if your team is good outside of needing an edge rusher, he will take you to the next level. You just can't trade a guy like that.
And
the haul has to be so crazy.
I will tell you this, if just hypothetically discussing it, obviously we know it's not going to happen, but let's just say they did that trade and he goes to Detroit. That trade as constructed. Do you know what that means? That means either Aiden Hutchinson gets 20 sacks or he gets 25. That's what happens because the attention that's going to get, man, listen, that would be nuts. That would be like, what could you do as an offensive line? pick your poison. I guess it would have to be
that 2 running back sets, 2 3 tight end sets.
Right.
I don't even know.
Aiden Hutchinson would go off. That would be crazy.
Not like all you need is
14 and a half sacks this year. And so imagine him with, a truly elite guy on the other end. That would be absurd.
All a really good player needs is a good player on the other side.
Mm-hmm,
so a great player just needs a serviceable player on the other side.
Right.
And he'll probably help him get 7 or 8 sacks.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he'll get paid off of the other guy not getting the sacks. I mean, look at what the Browns defense was still able to do at the end of the year when they were double and triple teaming Miles and running all the plays to the other side. The other guys just hurt him.
Right.
And the Browns won games actually because of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That would be crazy. All right, good stuff. So I will get to my quick hit here. My quick hit is this. We got to stop with this recency bias. I don't care who thinks what about the quote unquote wax museum and all this. We got to stop with the recency bias. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Kendrick Perkins saying stuff just to say it. So apparently Kevin Durant has now tied Kobe Bryant for career 30-point games.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Perkins said Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of all time. Can we? It would have been one thing if he'd at least said Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of the modern era. Maybe you got an argument there. Well, okay, maybe.
I think you can actually support it, right?
No.
With some of this era?
Of the modern era, which since the merger, right? Is that considered the modern era since the merger?
Oh, I was gonna say like of his era. I think about it as a generation.
Oh, of his era? Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
So
yeah, for sure. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think you could say that. I mean, you're gonna take all the guys who could average 30 a game.
Right.
He does it the easiest.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah. So here's my thing, right? When we talk about, and I'm only saying all time because that's what Kate Perk said. So I want to definitely correct this clown on this, right? Of all time, we did the show on Wilt Chamberlain. What Wilt Chamberlain did was inhuman. We can come forward. We can think about young Lou Alcindor to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We can talk about him. Wilt Chamberlain, as we know, no three-point line for his entire career. Okay. We can talk about Kareem, played half his career with no three-point line. And even then, he was a center. So back then, coaches were not allowing centers to shoot threes, right? We can talk about that. But I think we all know where this is going, and is going to what most believe, even though he's not the all-time leading scorer, as the standard bearer on NBA scorers, much like the standard bearer on just about everything else, right? Michael Jeffrey Jordan. There is no way, I don't care what Kendrick Perkins says. I don't care how many tomatoes Edward throws. I don't care about quote-unquote wax museum. There's no legitimate argument for Kevin Durant being a better scorer than Michael Jordan. There just isn't. So we can compare their two best seasons, right? Kevin Durant, 2013, 2014, was the league MVP, averaged 32 points per game. Incredible. Super smooth. He can do it from all over the floor. No doubt. Got you. Michael Jordan, 37 points per game in 1986-87. Mind you, and I keep bringing this up, when Michael Jordan averaged 37 points per game, he made 12 three-pointers that season. Do you understand what it is, Sneed, to average 37 a game while only making 12 three-pointers? When James Harden averaged, 36 a game, and they called it the greatest offensive season we've ever seen, more hyperbole. But when he did that, he made about 363s that year. So to be able to put the ball in the basket like that, in an era with hand checking, in an era with physicality, in an era where the spacing wasn't there, in an era where there was rim protection, all of these things designed to keep you from scoring, and you're scoring at that level, there's no argument whatsoever for Kevin Durant being a greater scorer than Michael Jordan. There just isn't. But we could say those two seasons were a one-off, right? I'm sure that some people who want to throw tomatoes, they want to say that. Cool, fine. We can say that. But guess what? Then we can move to playoff runs, right? Michael Jordan has had 40-point playoff runs, right? We can look at we can look at even a broader scoring profile. Between 1986 and 1993, Michael Jordan had multiple runs of 35 plus point per games in the playoffs. He has the highest career scoring average regular season and playoffs, 33.4 in the playoffs. Kevin Durant, his career playoff scoring average is about 29.5, which is still crazy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But he cannot touch Michael Jordan as a scorer. This is nonsensical. We got to stop the recency bias. Go ahead, man.
I'm going to name some guys that belong in the conversation with Durant, who we don't even consider the greatest scorers of all time.
Okay.
But I'm going to put him in the echelon with Larry Bird. I'm going to put him in the echelon with Karl Malone. I'm going to put him in the echelon with LeBron. Yeah. I'm going to put him in the echelon with the Diesel, basically. I think he's right there.
Yeah.
You know what Durant doesn't have, which typically the greatest scorers have, are the outburst games. The like out of this world performance where it was like 60 at the Garden, right? Or 60 at the Forum, or 60 on the parquet floor, like Bird did when he dropped his 60 bomb.
Right.
You know, where Will had like 50 point games or whatever he had in like 5 years or some stupid thing.
Yeah.
I can't. And you know what, man? If you turn it into stretches, it gets a little more interesting. You could say between this year and this year because certain guys primes and stuff like that. Durant has been a very consistent scorer.
And that's huge.
And you know, there's something to be said about that, but it doesn't take away from a version of a player that we saw for 3 to 5 years where it was otherworldly.
Yeah.
Okay, like T-Mac. His peak was special.
Kobe.
And he was averaging 30 a game and stuff like that. Kobe. I saw Kobe. I want to say it was like for like a month straight, Bruce, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Averaging 45 a game or something. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's easy to put a guy like Durant above those guys because it's not really easy to do. What do you mean, Eddie? What do you mean, Eddie? Drinking the Cap-a-Lot Kool-Aid, we're talking about guys that ran the league as scorers.
Alex English,
maybe
nobody even thinks about him.
Absolutely.
Led the entire decade of the 80s in scoring.
I don't know, man. There's so many things to consider. Scoring average, right? Because that's consistency, being able to produce points on a steady clip. But the peaks matter. Those outburst games matter. Sometimes even playoff performances matter, which is why I think we elevate MJ so much in terms of his ability to score. He didn't really fall off much when you go from the regular season to the playoffs. You know, we saw a lot of huge games from MJ in the playoffs, and that's against the best competition.
Right.
So,
and you know what we're not thinking about here, Sneed, that we have to be honest about. And this is not, you know, let's take the players out of it for a second, and look at the conditions. What do I mean by the conditions? The fact that the league literally changed the rules to precipitate more scoring. We have to take that into account. Like, we can't ignore that.
I'm not going to ignore it, but I will say to Kevin Durant's credit, what allows him to be such a great scorer is the fact that he is physiologically at an advantage. He's 7 feet tall. He's impossible to block. You have to do your work before he gets the shot going, right? You have to kind of like get inside the space, crowd him, swipes, physicality, because nobody's really blocking the shot. He's a slightly more athletic Dirk, right?
Yeah.
In terms of that kind of thing.
Sure.
And I think the fact that he's shooting 40% from three, he's shooting almost 90% from free throw. If he's not shooting 90, he's close.
Yeah.
He's like 50% from the field. Like it's incredible. And most of his game is mid-range. Yeah.
For sure. Well, and that's
I'm putting him in the conversation, Bruce.
Yeah, I get it.
I can't definitively call him the greatest scorer ever. It doesn't work that way.
Right. No, and I get it, Sneed. All I'm trying to do is provide the context on why that's not the answer.
Well, but you know what you're right about, Bruce? Prisoner of the moment. Hyperbole of the highest order.
Sure.
And that's pretty much a symptom of modern day media, right? Falling victim of the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that was my quick hit, man. I Kevin Durant, all-time great scorer, all-time great, but say he's the greatest scorer of all this is just absolutely absurd.
I can't get with it anyways. I still got a couple guys ahead of him, and I don't even think it's that hard to rank those guys ahead. I think there's clearly a handful of guys that are in the conversation at one notch above.
Yeah.
No,
I get it. And you know what? Let's do this real quick, man. Let's change it up real quick, and let's take a call or two, because I know
on the quick hits.
I know somebody wants to call in. I'm waiting for you, Edward. Come on, I'm waiting for you.
Hey man, he broke us fast. He's ready to cook, bro.
I'm ready to cook for sure. No, in all seriousness though, I can't understand how, when you bring up the fact that the league literally changed the rules to promote scoring, like no one wants to take that into account. That sure makes things easier.
You know what I think matters too a little bit, Bruce?
What's that?
How many free throw attempts did you get? Because those are unchallenged attempts. So if half of your shot attempts are free throws, I mean, are you really that impressive?
I wouldn't say that KD really killed from the
line. No, I'm not talking about KD. I'm just talking about in general. Because like a guy like Luka, I mean, there's games where he's getting 14 attempts.
Right.
Guys,
Edward, good evening, sir.
You get down now, whatever.
Don't be rude.
Sneak, please, brother. Please, bro. I know you're drinking on some Coca-Cola right now, bro. Stay away from the Capilot Kool-Aid. Do not let it poison you.
Boost his audio, Bruce. Boost his audio.
Bruce will do that to you. I'm telling you, man. You got to stay away from it. Now, let's keep going. Now, what makes KD not a great scorer, the greatest scorer? I mean, why are we still living in this wax museum, bro? Bruce, it's closed on Sundays, bro.
We just finished explaining it. See, this is the problem, right? This is the problem. For you people who sit on your side of the table, Edward, you can't just accept that we said KD is an all-time great scorer. But because we said somebody is better, that means we're saying he's not a great scorer.
Okay, let's play this game, Bruce, let's play this game. Okay. Who's a greater scorer? Let's play this game with Eddie.
Okay.
All right, Eddie, let's name some guys and you tell me who's a greater scorer, okay? Is that cool? You do it?
DJ Khaled, keep going.
All right. Let's go Kevin Durant or Steph Curry.
I'm going with KD, man. I mean, Steph Curry just shoot threes, bro. He can
let's keep going.
Okay,
fine. Kevin Durant or Carmelo Anthony.
I'm sorry, but it's my fault. Oh, Jesus, man. And Melo is I'm going to say it for Bruce because he's going to get in his feelings. My favorite player. Man, that's a tough one. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna be reached about it. I gotta go with KD. I'm going with Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I'm going with KD.
Okay. Kevin Durant or Allen Iverson.
Man, now another one. Hey, look here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant. Allen Iverson. I saw him against the Milwaukee Bucks. He shot for 5 for 27 in that playoff run, and that right there was crazy for me. And don't get me wrong. I like Allen Iverson. Now if we're gonna say T-Man,
okay. Hold on, Sneed. Hold on, Edward. So you're, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're gonna take KD over Allen Iverson because Allen Iverson shot poorly against Milwaukee. Got you. So aren't you gonna hold Kevin Durant to the same thing for how poorly he shot against Boston when he was with the Nets? When he was with the Nets,
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that against Boston, right? That's
okay. So you're going to hold on. Okay. So you're gonna hold him to the same standard and punish him for that, just like you punished Allen Iverson just now, right?
Yeah,
you are right.
But guess what? At the end of the day, his percentage is still better than Allen Iverson.
Boy, I tell you what.
All right, let me keep going. Let's keep throwing names.
All
right, let's go KD or T-Mac.
Fine, Kevin Durant.
Okay. All right, now you have to admit something to me now. Kevin Durant or Kobe Bryant.
Okay, I will go with Kobe because he did
I'm shocked.
Because you're not willing to lie because you know the truth. We love and respect Bean because of who he was as a scorer.
You lie a lot. Because you lie a lot about basketball. That's why.
Bruce, I did not lie.
And because you're a LeBron guy, so we know what that means.
Bruce,
he didn't let his personal. He loves KD, right?
Sorry, Steve, for the interrupting of this old person. Go ahead, sir.
All I'm saying is, you know what I know. We saw Bean's career. We saw what he did for the game as a scorer. We knew what he represented as a scorer, the offensive side of the ball. Not even Kevin Durant is. Kobe is the highest order on the offensive side of the ball.
All right.
There's no way we could put KD ahead of Bean. No way.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. So watch this thing. Now, that old person, Bruce, he said that he cannot be sitting at the table with MJ. Can he at least sit at the table with Kobe, though?
Yes, but
so. I don't think so.
I think if we're just talking about scoring, right? I think
what separates them are those big games where Bean was dropping 60 and 80 and 50 and 40 all the time. As great as a scorer as KD was, he didn't rip off 45 points a game for 2-3 weeks straight.
Right. But I think he can sit at that table. I think he can sit at the table. He's going to sit at the other end of the table, but he can sit at the table with Kobe. But here's the thing, Edward.
The highest order, bro.
But here's hold on, Sneed. Watch this now. Edward, here's the thing. You called in because I brought up Michael Jordan and you wanted to attack Jordan like you LeBron fans doing. That's fine.
I did not.
But hold on. I'm talking. Edward, don't make me hang up the phone, man. Don't make me hang up the phone. Okay. Here's the deal.
I've been hung up by a chick plenty of times, so it's nothing new.
Hey, I'm about to mute you, man. Calm down. So here's the deal. You called in and you were, why can't KD be the greatest scorer? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because on the first three people that Sneed just brought up, you were hemming and hawing. You weren't sure. Oh, man. And then when we got to Kobe, you said Kobe is a better scorer. So that ends it right there. And we know Jordan is just half a step above Kobe. So if Jordan is half a step above Kobe, and you've already acknowledged that Kobe is the better scorer than Kevin Durant, you've answered your own question. You see, this is what you want to do when you argue just to argue. You walk into that punji pit. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Close the casket, seal the deal to steal a line from my good brother Edward. Now, you sit back, enjoy the rest of the show, and we will talk to you later, sir. Have a wonderful evening.
All right.
There we go.
You did not just no.
There we go. So Edward is my guy, but he just
how you and me do things very differently, Bruce. Me and you do things. I was trying to help him, take the steps towards him evaluating each guy. You're like,
but see, he walked right into it and didn't even realize it. And I saw what you were doing, but I'm like, nah, this is too easy, right? This is easy work. So I had to
do it because me and him were going to agree on some of those. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going to agree with some of them for sure. Those guys were close, but you could give the edge to KD in some of those, but just not Bean, bro.
But the fact is,
there's guys before Bean that were at that table before Bean.
Sure. But the point is, Edward is calling in, and the first thing he says is, well, why can't it be KD? Why can't it be KD? And you set him up real nice. The first three people you brought up, he's like, oh, I don't know. Oh, man. And then he gets to Kobe, and he says Kobe. Well, he answered his own question. Too easy. Easy work. All right. Let's go ahead, and let's get to these main topics. That was fun. Great way to start off this. Now, all right. Yeah, he pulled his teacher move on him. I saw that. There you go. Educating the youth, Sneed.
You just gotta frame it the right way. You know what I
mean? Right.
Gotta frame it the right way.
No doubt. All right. So starting last Thursday, he walked into it, man. That was
He's gonna call back, bro. You'll see.
Absolutely, and I can't wait. Starting last Thursday, through today, we had the NFL scouting combine. If you're a football fan, that's when a lot of the top name athletes in college football get invited up to Indianapolis to test, to interview, all that. We see a lot of coaches and GMs and front office people from the different NFL franchises. They're there to evaluate players. And man, we saw some stuff, and we saw some surprises. We saw some outstanding performances from some guys that we expected. But Sneed, man, what did you think of what you saw from the combine? I know one thing that really made me happy, but we'll get to that.
Hey, man, and you sent it. I saw it in the chat, bro. I saw it in the chat. We'll get to it.
Yes, sir.
There are some phenomenal athletes at the combine, man.
For sure.
I'm looking at some of these times, these 40-yard dashes on some of these positional players. It's like they make them like that now, bro.
Yeah, they do. Yes,
Hey,
they do.
shout out to the Buckeyes, bro. Ohio State got pros.
Yeah,
They got pros. Strong program that's really just been churning out the pros.
For sure.
Defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of them just surprised me. I didn't realize it, but I mean, when they're not wearing pads, and they're putting it just regular gear, you put on some cleats,
right?
You get to kind of show off your skills and your abilities. I don't think anybody's really gonna move within the draft order because of the combine, but I don't know, maybe from the questioning that they do. Don't they do some of that in the combine?
Yeah, they do.
I think for certain positions like quarterback, for example, they like to interview those guys. But I think the quarterback position in terms of the draft combine, I don't know who's going to move up, but I know who's going to be the first quarterback taken, so we already know that.
We knew that before the combine, right?
Yeah, the combine doesn't make a difference. The combine might move a couple of guys, like maybe some receivers might move up, maybe a running back or two might move around a little bit. But even them, we have the tape.
For sure.
You want to see them run behind a line. You want to see them in the open field make guys miss. You want to see the yards after contact.
Right.
So, or how they competed in the playoff, maybe, because those games have more at stake. Yeah, maybe it's more important to a quarterback. I don't know. But, yeah, man, I was just every year I feel like the linemen are getting faster. They're getting more agile. They're getting
for sure.
I think they're starting to train for it.
Yeah. I think they've been training for the last 5-10
draft
years.
position. Yeah.
Because they know that it's an opportunity to really kind of get seen on an individual level and give you an opportunity to maybe, like you said, move that draft stock, or because there's a lot of teams that just fall in love with raw speed. And so that matters, So let me say this, shout out to the Buckeyes, man, as always, sending some incredible athletes and incredible football players to the combine. So shout out to them. Definitely, you guys continue to pump them out. But let me be 100% clear about the Buckeyes. I detest Lorenzo Styles Jr. You hear me? I hate that guy. You know why I hate that guy, don't you, Sneed?
I know the story, bro.
For those of you who don't know,
what could have been?
He left my Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
He should have left.
And he went to. But look,
what was his reason? Was it just NIL? Was it?
I don't know what it was. I'm sure maybe that. Well, no, Notre Dame is very competitive in the NIL space. At the time,
think about it. It's not that different of a program in terms of football. Like, it's not that. Like, yeah, the Buckeye. I mean, but Big Ten.
Similar type program.
I just don't see that much separation either way. Like, you have a pedigree, you have a legacy, a long history of football success.
Well, remember, at that time, Styles hadn't been converted to a DB yet. He was still a wide receiver, right? If you're a wide receiver at Ohio State, well, you know what that means. You're going to get outstanding coaching. You're going to go to the league, and chances are you're going to be successful, right? And so that was, if we're honest, that's probably the best place you can go as a wide receiver in the country, right? So you got that. And then also at the time, Notre Dame's quarterback position wasn't nearly as solidified as it is now, right? And then on top of that, what I just found out today, I didn't even realize it, the Styles boys, their dad played for Ohio State, and I think he won a Super Bowl in the NFL. So the pedigree is there, right? So like, I'm not mad. Like, when I say I hate him, I'm just joking. I'm being facetious because he left Notre Dame. But
we don't like seeing players flake out, man.
You
want to see. I mean, I know it's a little different now, but you start somewhere. You always kind of like to finish your business.
But I get why you went to Ohio State. Like, your brother's there, your dad went there. It's it's cool.
Was it not going to happen for him in Notre Dame? I'm not so sure of it. It probably still would have happened.
Probably not. Probably not as a wide receiver. Probably
and
not.
what did he transition to?
He's a DB now.
So then what was he could have did that there.
He could have done that there. Look, man. Look, I'm happy that it worked out for the young man. In all seriousness, like, I'm joking, talking my little stuff because it's Notre Dame, but I'm happy that it worked out for the young man. He ran the blazing 40 time. His brother ran a blazing 40 time. Like, them guys are freaks, man.
It's almost like we got a bunch of Chris Johnsons now.
You wouldn't say. So my guy, obviously, Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame starting running back, 4.36 on the 40, just an incredible time. Lived up to his billing, did his thing.
Barkley's 40 time?
4.4. 4.40. Yeah, actually, you know how they do like the overlay? So you can see like the distance between the two? Yeah. So he had a good little bit. Yeah,
and Saquon's a weight room warrior. You know, he's squatting 800 and doing all that crazy stuff, deadlifts and all that.
Yeah. So, no, my guy, Jeremiah Love, he got busy. But moving away from Notre Dame, because I don't want to try and just turn this into that. You know, what really surprised me, I think the guy that really stuck out to me, and we were talking about, you're not sure that some guys are going to move their position based on combine testing, is Arkansas quarterback Taylon Green. The kid is almost 6'6". He's 6'5" and 7/8. All right. He weighs about 224. He ran, I think, 4.37. He's got an 11-foot 2-inch broad jump and a 43.5-inch vertical. Absolutely freak athlete at the quarterback position. Prototypical size. He's got big arm. But here's the thing, though. So he was at Boise State first, transferred to Arkansas, right? Has just about 10,000 career passing yards, almost 60 touchdowns, right? But here's my thing. Besides the physical tools, remember who was his OC and then interim head coach at Arkansas? Bobby Petrino. So he got NFL coaching and ran an NFL system, right?
So you're telling me that he might be the pick.
I think he could be the sleeper. I'm not saying he's going to steal Fernando Mendoza's spot, but I think, you know, if he has some good workouts for these teams, I think he could rise up and be a sleeper. And
like second round?
Something in the league. So, listen, I'd do it. Yeah.
So like he has first round potential, but might be available in the second round.
I personally, that's what I think. Obviously, I'm no scout, but yes.
So what team?
Miami.
If you can name a few teams, who should draft him with their
Miami? I think
with their second pick.
Yeah, with their second round pick, yeah, because you know Tua's gone and Quinn Ewers is the quarterback there, so let them guys compete it out, right? So I think Miami's one. I wanted to say let Houston draft him because Stroud is like, I don't know, he's probably playing for his life this season, but I think they re-signed Davis Mills. They extended him, so they're not necessarily going to need
That's proof that Stroud's not safe.
Right. Arizona could need a quarterback, right? Depending on what they do. Kyler Murray's going to be gone. And I'm not saying this kid is going to come in and start right away. I'm saying maybe he sits a year and then he's the guy. But I think he's too physically explosive. And again, I give a lot of credence to
that build. What's the comp? That's the way you described it. Did not seem like a quarterback. It sounded like a wide receiver.
Yeah,
broad jump, high jump. Like, what are you saying, bro? You were giving me numbers that's like for high pointing the ball on a fade route.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I think, and I'm not a proponent of, you know, all this read option or running the quarterback and getting them broken up, but having those type of physical skills always as a weapon that defensive coordinators have to be mindful of, I think is beautiful. Because I do think, again, having played in that system and being coached by who he was coached by, that to me says, you know, he can be an NFL passer. I think so. So I definitely think Miami is one. What's another? Well, obviously the Raiders got their guy.
Steelers?
I would have Pittsburgh. That's the one. Because we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and even if he does,
you want Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Even if he does, let the kid sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a year, right? Yeah. So like, there's a couple spots where he could end up that I think wouldn't be terrible. The Jets, right? I think the Jets have been mocked by pretty much everybty to
basically
take
every non-playoff team, and maybe some of the wild card teams. Yeah.
So I think, to me, that was the biggest surprise because I knew he was good. I knew he was athletic. I didn't know he was going to do that.
So everybody's watching. Everybody wants to talk to him, get to see more. And
I wouldn't you?
Yeah.
When you watch him test like that,
we're in Cleveland. I think we should look at him too.
I say.
What's so convincing about Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders? Shedeur I mean, regardless of what happened last year, you could say he didn't have weapons, he didn't have this and that. So that means I don't explore my options. Who does that?
Right. No, I like it. Yeah, so that's the guy that I think that's the guy that I believe would be the guy that could move up based on what he did in the testing. Most of the other guys kind of like lived up to billing, you know, but that's the guy that really surprised me. And you mentioned these linemen. Clemson has a defensive tackle, 313 pounds. This guy ran a 4.85. This is not normal. This stuff shouldn't be happening.
I don't remember what my peak for 40-yard dash was. It may not have even been that fast. And I think I graduated high school 145 pounds, bro.
I did too.
I think I graduated college like maybe 200 or 190.
Yeah, well beyond 45. But yeah, so I mean, just to think like these dudes at that size are moving like that. Caleb Banks, 6'6", 27 defensive tackle out of Florida, ran a 5.05 40. Like crazy. You're not supposed to be able to move like that at that size. Now, of course,
he runs into something.
As an old lineman, you're not running 40 yards, but still, like that's kind of crazy. So, yeah. Zane Durant, Penn State defensive tackle, 4.75 40. Like that's impressive.
These are tackles, not edge rushers.
No, tackles. Right. Interior guys.
Mm-hmm.
The mammoth, the behemoths.
The guys with bellies.
And these guys out here moving down that track. Now imagine this. Those guys are like double the size and they're running faster than Rich Eisen. You know, he runs the thing every year. So
yeah.
Yeah, Chief said, Bubba, you missed it. We just finished talking about Taylor Green. Absolutely. We talked about how freakish that guy is and how he's getting, you know, how he's gotten.
Did he have used another year in college, Bruce?
Well, yes and no, right? Because I don't know who took that job, but Bobby Petrino didn't get the job. So maybe somebody comes in, new scheme and all that, and
blows
it's like,
it up.
Yeah. So, you know, you got an opportunity. Go ahead, roll out, because he'll probably end up being no lower than a third round pick with those type of
lower than a third. So
with those type of measurables, nah, you can't. You got to take that guy. So yeah. Another one. Where's my guy? The tight end from Oregon, Kenyon Sadiq. Beast. 4.3.
But that's a name. That's a name I already knew. Like,
right.
Yeah. Right. That's. I mean,
I didn't know
he's the number one tight end prospect.
I think so. I didn't know he was that fast.
Bro, these tight ends are really slightly larger wide receivers that they just put in the line.
Yeah.
They just got them on the end. They're not really. They're not really blockers. They usually don't even block well. They have to teach them how to block serviceably when they get to the league.
I was about to say I would not draft a tight end that can't block. Like I wouldn't do it. And I'm not saying I don't want you to be able to be a receiver and all that, but I'm not drafting a tight end who can't block. Oh man, I had this up the whole time.
Or he has to have the potential to be a good blocker, like
right.
Like Gronk came into the league an average blocker, became a very good blocker.
Yeah.
You know, Travis Kelce for a few seasons was serviceable. You know, but he was basically a glorified wide receiver. They just put him on the end most of the time. But for a few years, he blocked fine. You know.
Yeah, fine. I don't think he blocked well.
Well, Shannon Sharp wasn't a great blocker either. He was fine.
Okay.
You know, he was a great receiving tight end. Bro, Shannon Sharp, man.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we know what old Shay.
You know, don't worry about what the OnlyFans tricks, bro. But like when he was a player, he was it, bro. Him, Gonzo, you know, those guys, the legacy tight ends. Yes, man. Those guys had speed, and you know what they all did? They cross-trained basketball, track and field. You know, that's what I think we're seeing, though, Bruce. I think we're seeing some of the guys that kind of did some of that in high school, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And just to go back to it real quick, I don't think I mentioned it. Your guy Lorenzo Styles Jr. 4.27 on the track. So, I mean, right. Right. That's blazing. That's blazing. So.
I mean, so let me ask you this, Bruce. Next year, if you're what's his name? The guy from Ohio State, Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith. Do you even bother with the combine?
No.
Or you just send in a picture of yourself just like hanging out?
Yeah.
Like, this is me. This is what I do.
Send in a picture of me looking like, quote unquote Greek god, just chiseled out of stone. Like, y'all know what it is. I'm not. No, I would. No, actually, I would go there and do the interviews, but I'm not running. I'm not testing. I might do it at Pro Day at Ohio State, but why do I need to run? Y'all see what I've been doing. Y'all know. Okay. Y'all know I could have been the number 1 pick as a freshman after my first season. So I don't need to do all of that.
Y'all knew what it was the year after COVID.
That's right.
It's been a half a decade. You know what time it is.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I would go there and do the interviews and stuff and make sure that, I, show the respect and show my face to all the executives and coaches and stuff like that. But no testing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe just to see, some of them are going to ask, well, you're here. Why didn't you test? And, you say, well, with all due respect, I feel like all the work that I've put in at Ohio State and everything that you've seen on the tape should speak for itself. There's
what I would say, Bruce?
Yeah.
Would you?
Nah, I'm not saying that because
I would.
But you got to know how to talk to these people, because the last thing you want is for it to be said, a la Shadur Sanders, that you had an attitude or you didn't take it seriously or you didn't interview well. You don't want that narrative out there, right? So that's why you say
he's never been known as that kind of guy. Man.
I know that, but people will, put stuff out there.
That would be a complete setup and a sham to try to get his draft stock down. He's still going first overall. Going first overall.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Sneed, but I'm saying we know how this thing works, right?
Yeah.
And so you gotta know how to talk to these people. I think that's what the key is, man. But man,
you gotta walk up. Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Right.
Good to have you. Good to see you.
with a cardigan around your neck on the side. It's a pleasure to see you with the Ohio State, button down on.
Hey, Jeremiah, make sure you take that bass out of your voice. You got to tell right. with these people.
For sure. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's take some calls on this. See if we'd love to hear from you guys on the combine, what you saw, what you thought. If maybe there's some kind of dark horse players that you guys saw that you were really impressed by that we didn't mention, we would love for you to bring up some of those guys, make sure they get their love and they get their shine, because as Sneed and I talked about, that is something where if you test really well and interview really well, you could change your draft position, and that can change your wallet and your bank account as well. So, we would love to hear from you guys on that. But man, combine is interesting. One of these days, I don't know how you go about doing it. I guess, the Format Podcast will have to blow enough and y'all can help me with that. But if it does, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get credentials and go out there to the combine. That would be super cool. What's up, Renee? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You missed it, Renee. We were just talking about the combine. Of course, Jeremiah Love running that 4.36. Thing of beauty. Fastest running back time ever of a Notre Dame player. So that was nice. No doubt, Renee. No doubt. So wide receiver Brennan Thompson, I didn't bring him up, from Mississippi State, ran a 4.26, fastest 40 time at the combine this year. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'll tell you though, the thing that kind of surprises me on these things is you always know you're going to get some guys who run fast. I'm always like really astounded when I see the guys do these like freakish vertical leaps, and I'm like, damn.
You know what the broad jump is, right, Bruce? You ever seen it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's from like you're at zero.
Yes.
Like you're just standing there.
Yeah.
There's no running start, man.
No. What was Myles Garrett's broad jump? Do you remember?
Probably.
And the reason I asked that is because I saw this dude jump out of 5 feet of water and land on the side of the pool, which doesn't even like the explosive leg power to be able to do something like that is inhuman. So I'm just curious to know like what
it was. It was just a little bit shy of 11 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
10-8.
I would have okay.
Yeah, so what did you say what's his name was? The
Taylor Green,
yeah.
11-2. Yeah.
Myles Garrett's got what? 80 pounds on him? 60 pounds?
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's 6'5", 272. Myles Garrett. Yeah, I mean him, probably Aaron Donald in his prime, JJ Watt.
Yeah.
You know, those guys just
Oh yeah. Yeah.
these were the conversations I used to have with certain people.
Okay.
This is like 2000s, 2010s. Everybody was always saying the best athletes in the world are in the NBA.
I don't believe
think
that.
so. I think they're in the NFL because
Definitely.
the size,
That's it.
the muscle mass to be almost as fast as an NBA player, but to have so much more mass and still be that explosive, that quick,
right,
and have pads on and still have to go up and track the ball. And I mean,
look at it
how
this
many
way,
times
right?
we've seen players flipping over other players, man, doing somersaults and spins, crazy. The footwork's nuts.
I mean, look at it this way. You got a bunch of Zions running around there making these type of plays on football. What's up, Yasmin?
Yeah, there she is.
How you doing, little sister? Good to see you. But yeah, so you know, I definitely go with football, because then if you look at the receivers and stuff like that, all them dudes were basketball stars. Randy Moss was Mr. Basketball. So,
because it always converted, it always translated. You know, the movements, you know, the running the baseline, the sideline, you know, defending, the lateral movement, the footwork. I mean, if you had good at basketball footwork, so imagine what you were doing on your routes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stopping on a dime, change of direction, shifting weight, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we're not going to have any calls on that. Let's go ahead and take it over to the NBA, and we'll go to the next topic. OKC Thunder, who are obviously the defending world champions, and it almost looks like remember at one point in the season we're like, damn, how many games are these guys going to lose? They're insane. But it looked like maybe they kind of got bored with the whole thing, and they're like, okay, let's just get to the playoffs, what have you. But then we saw kind of the aura of invincibility, quote unquote, definitely got cracked when we saw, what was it, like 3 times in 2 weeks prior to the All-Star break, we saw the Spurs beat the Thunder. And I'm like, okay, this is serious. Is this the new rivalry? Is something going on here? And then, you know, we saw the Nuggets go at it with the Thunder, and Nuggets and the Thunder went 7 games in the Western Conference semis last year. So, you know, we know what type of team that is and how well they match up. And of course, we saw the other night the Jokic Lou Dort thing happen, and so on and so forth. So now we're starting to ask the question, because when we talk about the NBA, and you've heard Transformer and I go back and forth on it, and Chief Sid Bubba and so on and so forth, when you have rivalries, even if they're in conference, right? The Knicks and the Bulls, the Pistons and the Bulls, the Lakers and the Celtics, the Lakers and the Kings, you know, you have those things going on, but it's always better. And I don't even think it's just basketball, but in sports period, when you have a rivalry, Ali Frazier, you know, that kind of thing. When you have a rivalry, it adds that extra spice to the pot, right? And so now we are seeing Oklahoma City, and of course, you know, being the champion, teams are going to be gunning for you. So the question is now, are we seeing real rivalries develop with OKC, Snead, or is it just a function of they're the champs, they're on top of the mountain, and everybody's climbing up trying to get them and knock them off?
So definitely it's you know, hunting the champion, right? It's the wolf pack. It's the mantra of the wolf at the top is not hungrier than the wolf that's looking to the top, right? But the thing about this, bro, is the Nuggets won a chip in 23. And there's a reason they want to get back, right? You still got your core guys together, still have Aaron Gordon, still have, you know, Murray and Joker, you know, and some of the pieces have moved a little bit. You brought back Bruce Brown, you know, not all the pieces are exactly the same. Michael Porter Jr. has gone off to Brooklyn and all these things, but like they want to win another one. Joker wants to legitimize his MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
Joker wants to legitimize his triple doubles. He hears what people say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a contingency of people who are not as impressed with Joker as some people are, right? So, and he knows that. Trust me, he knows, bro. And he wants to get another championship. Murray wants to continue to prove people wrong, right? People have shit on him from time to time, saying he's not that great, and Joker carries him. You don't think he wants to show him prove, bro?
Sure.
What if Jamal Murray won an NBA Finals MVP? Is that so crazy?
Well, the Jokic fans would be very upset about that. They don't want that.
I'm just saying it's good for basketball, what you were saying, right? Leveling up the sport, leveling up the game. Guys want to build their legacies.
Right.
So the Nuggets won one in 23. The Thunder win it last year. The Spurs are here, and they're ready to start competing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I believe that their ceiling this year is probably the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they'll win it, but I think they have the potential to get there because they pose so many matchup issues, right? I don't know if they have there's the experience factor, Bruce. Both the Nuggets and the Thunder have it. It's what the Spurs don't have, but they're going to be hunting each other. When they play, there's an intensity, Bruce. It's actually really nice to watch. It's a little bit better than what's going on in the Eastern Conference right now. Like the Cavs, Knicks, Pistons, Celtics, it's good at the top. It's okay. But these three teams out west, it's pretty clear to me it's a collision course to the Western Conference Finals between these three teams. And you got young guys on these teams, man. Those are not old players. Joker is the elder statesman.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Right. So I got a question for you, Sneed. If Jokic hears what people say and he wants to prove it, which I'm all good with, right? I'm all good with that. When guys find, whatever level of motivation to take them to that, open that next door of greatness, I'm A-okay with it, right? We know that Mike used to make up stuff. We know that Kobe looked for stuff, and Bird and Magic, we heard the stories, Magic in the summertime working out and saying he's getting ready to be done for the day. He looks at the clock and thinks, wait a minute, Bird is still shooting, so he shoots for another 2 hours. Like, we love all that. So I'm totally okay with Jokic looking to prove something. My question would be, if he hears what people say, why doesn't he try harder on defense? Because that's what people talk about. That's what people talk about. You're never going to hear somebody say Jokic can't play.
I've always been the belief that a player truly reaches their peak when they give maximum effort on both sides of the ball. Okay, Kobe Bryant, when he became an all-NBA defender and that part of his game was approaching his offensive level, that's when he started winning MVPs. That's when he was winning chips without Shaq. That was all part of the equation. When LeBron became an all-NBA defender, he started winning championships. See, because there's a certain sacrifice that has to be made. And there's you have to dig deep in order to kind of get to that level, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain commitment to that. And Bruce, I've had this conversation with you before. In their playoff run, in their championship run, Joker was making defensive plays. He's not a great defender, but he made defensive plays. So it's not that he can't. It's clearly a decision, an active decision he's making in self-preservation.
Isn't that worse then?
I mean, it could be. Yeah, I'm with you, but imagine
you can't. But if you can and refuse to me, that's worse.
I think there has to be a concession made. I don't have a problem letting Murray run the offense a little bit more sometimes. Well, does it really have to be run at the top with Joker so heavily?
He doesn't want that because he's got to get those triple doubles. He understands that that's what separates him and that's what makes him special.
But was he averaging triple doubles the year that they won the finals?
No,
I know he had some, but he wasn't. Right. So I feel like some of that sacrifice. I mean, if he makes that concern, because I mean, that's a damn good team right now. Peyton Watson's coming along real nice. Christian Brown's a nice role player. Aaron Gordon is arguably the best role player in the league. Probably a guy who's willing to defend the other team's best perimeter player. He'll run points sometimes if he has to, just and facilitate the offense. It's invaluable. If I'm Joker, I mean, the road runs through OKC. I got this new thing happening in San Antonio. My path is getting harder. It's not getting easier. His numbers are getting better, but he's not getting championships.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So, I think there has to be something of a bit of a concession where he's looking at these matchups like, I might have to do something else here.
Hey, but check this though, Sneed. Some guys are okay if they don't win the championship, but they get the numbers. Some guys are okay with that, right? You see what I'm saying?
I think what he's saying there and what he really feels and knows is different.
Okay.
I think that was a coping mechanism.
Call it what you want.
I think he was coping.
Okay.
Would he have wore that after he won the finals? When did he wear that?
After he lost the finals.
Oh, see? He didn't wear it after he won the finals in 2012.
No.
He wore it after he lost the finals in 2011.
After he lost the finals. Yeah. But okay, so let's get back to the Thunder and the rivalries, right? So, okay, so let's say that the rivalries are now becoming the Thunder and the Nuggets, Thunder and the Spurs. If you had to pick one that you wanted to see in the Western Conference Finals, which one would it be?
I want to see the Thunder and the Spurs.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I want to see Vassell, Castle, Harper, Wemby.
Yeah.
I want to see De'Aaron Fox get a chance in the playoffs. He's never really gotten that opportunity in Sacramento. And then I want to see the Thunder defend. I want to see them defend their title.
Sure.
Against a team that really presents problems.
Yes.
By the way, the Nuggets present problems. The Nuggets took them 7 games. They were Aaron Gordon hamstring away from getting to the finals.
Touche.
I don't let people forget about that because that's real life. And who knows if Gordon plays and Joker has a slightly better game? Who knows what happens in that game 7?
Right. Well, look, I'm not going to answer for Sneed, Edward, but let's Edward says, why would you all want to see that when the San Antonio Spurs with the team they have now are not playoff molded yet? Well, you got to get there. And the fact that they've won 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 games this year against the Thunder, and the Thunder are the defending champs, so they have that pride. Plus, they know how to win. I think it would be just a great series in terms of both being young, super athletic, elite defensive teams. I think that would be really good. And I'll say this. If the Spurs win a championship now, with Pop not on the sideline, following the Tim Duncan era, does that tell you that the Spurs are one of the best run organizations in the NBA?
Yeah.
I would say so.
I mean, OKC, you look at the guys who have built teams sustainably year after year, building the roster in a way where you're, filling in roles, looking for fits. That's what these teams look for. Good teams find the right fits for players. And when a player doesn't work, they move on. You move them, you look to get assets. They might like a guy and let them pick where they want to get traded to. Some franchises like their people like that. I mean, I have a preference of what I would want to see. It doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we could see the Nuggets versus the Thunder, what if the Nuggets upset the Thunder? And it ends up being Denver and San Antonio.
What I want to see too, and part of the reason I want to see the Spurs and the Thunder, there's a genuine dislike between the two teams. So you have some of that. I
don't think anybody likes the Thunder, Bruce,
and that's cool with me. But I think
Lou Dort. I think Lou Dort is starting to build a reputation. Alex Caruso has been known
to be an irritant
around the league that he's tough. The guys in OKC in general from the bench,
they can't stand each other.
I think
I like that though. I think it's good.
I think there's something going on in Wemby where he's just like, I need to make sure that people understand this tall dude ain't me. He's just a tall dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm Wemby, and then there's this random tall dude who was drafted the same year as me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he can't do what I could do.
But that's the thing, right, Bruce? Like, they came into the league together the same time that people were saying, "Oh, Chet's better," and everybody's like, "Oh, okay," you know, like how?
Apparently, they have, I'm not gonna call it beef, but they've been going at it since the FIBA under 19.
Let it be known.
Wemby was on Team USA, and obviously Wemby was on Team France. So they've been going at it, matching up against one another. So I like it, man. I like the vitriol. I think that, especially coming out of the super team buddy era, that's a beautiful thing. And I think that's part of the reason that I would prefer to see those guys, knowing that that element is there.
You know what's crazy, Bruce? I can't even relate to the AAU buddy stuff. I have no problem after competing against someone shaking their hand and saying thank you for competing. I got better today, and you're part of the reason. Thank you. Right? You thank your opponent. You thank your adversary.
Yeah.
But like too friendly, it's almost kind of like fruity in a way. That the jersey stuff, like if you want to be friends, like Magic and Bird were friends, and you couldn't tell.
Well, right.
You couldn't tell.
He wanted to be Bird's friend from the time those guys met each other in
78,
77. Yeah, they made each other in 77 playing,
but it wasn't made to be. Like they had to be opposition. Yeah.
And Magic was like, he thought they were going to be cool, and Bird wanted no parts of it. So I like it.
There was a part of me, man, that just Kobe represented something in terms of the mentality, right?
Sure.
That's why when Jason Tatum was like, "Oh, Kobe is my like."
Yeah, I'm like,
my role, I model my game off of Kobe. Like, that's a great thing to say, and that's a great thing to aspire to if it's the mentality.
Yeah.
You don't have to play exactly like a player to adopt a mentality, because a lot of times that becomes a personal philosophy, right? Like how I train, how I prepare, how I compete. You don't have to have the same game. Who the hell is going to have Kobe's game?
I don't think he plays anything like Kobe.
Nothing. But if he was weird part. But think about it, Bruce. If he was to adopt some of the mentality, that's a nice way to go.
Yeah, but I don't think you can adopt that mentality if it's not you. I just don't think you can. You can only get to a certain point if that's not you. I think Jaylen Brown has more of that mentality. Not saying he has the Mamba mentality, but he's closer to it than Jason Tatum is.
Because it's got more fight.
Yeah, he's more dog.
More fight.
He's definitely more dog.
And like I bring all this up is because Kobe was a fierce competitor.
Sure.
He hated losing to the Suns.
Yes.
He hated losing to the Spurs. And I know he respected Tim Duncan. I bet you that is the one guy that Kobe probably respected the most in the NBA from that era. I think he respected Tim Duncan more than anyone.
Yeah.
Because Duncan handed him exits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But in order for these to be real rivalries, Bruce, we got to have winners and losers. And they got to go back and forth.
That's right.
Somebody, we got to have different winners. Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals. We need winning on multiple fronts. Like OKC can't just sit there and keep winning. And then we're going to be talking about how the Spurs is a rival. No, they're going to have to win too.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that if it goes to 7 and it's contentious and okay, now we got a little something brewing, and then now it's like when Rocky was training in Russia to fight Ivan Drago, and he's got the picture up on the mirror, and then takes it and crumbles it, So you want that, that's rivalry. So yeah, definitely, and I'm sure Mike probably had something like that for Isaiah, and in his house. Back in the day when he was fighting to get through the Pistons, and it took 3 years, but finally he got through.
It's crazy how MJ basically erased the legacy of Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Like nobody talks about Zeke, bro. Zeke was nice, bro.
Super nice. Super nice.
One of my students was asking me, he's like, "Hey man, name me your top guards ever." And I put Zeke like very early. He's like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "No way, bro."
You say, "Who is that?"
Who is that?
So, and I think and we'll open up the phone lines in a sec.
But the rivalry helped him level up, right, Bruce?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason that Isaiah Thomas is so bothered by Michael Jordan is because this whole thing made him realize that, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know who that guy is or how great he was. So anyway, let's go ahead.
I modeled my game after Zeke.
Zeke was.
I was a short dude. I played point guard. Who the hell was I going to model my game after?
Right,
Michael Jordan was palming the ball and moving his side. I couldn't do none of that. But Zeke, bro, was nice. I was doing what Zeke was doing, bro. Joe Dumars was nice too, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Pistons had players, man.
Good evening, Andy. How can we help you?
Bruce, I'm right now, Bruce. I want to make sure I heard what you said before we get on. Did you say Jaylen Brown has more of that Kobe mentality than Jason Tatum?
Yes. What does that not make sense to you?
Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to let that bother me. So let's keep going. I just want to make sure. I will talk to you offline later on. I'm not right now.
Don't call me with that, man. Don't call me with that.
No.
Go ahead.
Anyway. So this is what I said in the chat, Bruce. What I meant by that is that, yes, the Spurs are number 2 in the Western right now.
Yeah.
If the playoffs started now, who would they have to face? Is it Houston or is it the Lakers?
The Spurs?
Yeah.
Were they number 2? So that would be whoever's number 7.
The Rockets or the Lakers? It had to be one of them, right?
Probably the Lakers. Lakers are 7, I think. No, the Lakers might be 6.
Let me see. If it's the Lakers, they'll run them out the gym real easy. Like that'd be a terrible matchup for the Lakers.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro, but the Lakers are a straight buns, bro. That's like a cakewalk first round.
They would get run out of there.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, okay. The reason I said what I said was that right now, yes, they doing it. They doing what they're doing. A very fantastic job in the regular season, but playoffs.
It's Phoenix.
Change. Everything changed. Like I said, Toronto Raptors got swept by the Golden State, and once they got in the finals, Toronto beat them in the finals. That's what I was saying. So yeah, right now it's a rivalry. They beating them. What they like 4-1 against the OKC in the regular season.
Yeah,
things can change. They can get swept. Right now they puppies, and I say a rival right now would be if the who was that? Denver and Minnesota. That's a good rival. I would like to see that matchup.
Just because you want to see it doesn't make it a rivalry. You understand what a rivalry is, right?
Yeah, I understand what a rivalry. I'm not going back to that Laker and Boston, man. Those days over with. This is 2026. We're talking about now. So let's keep going. Yeah, I know what a rivalry is. What you trying to say? I'm
trying to say you're saying Minnesota and Denver. That's not a rivalry. That's just something you want to see.
You don't think that's a rivalry? They seen each other before in the playoffs.
No, that's not a rivalry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not going to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Okay, explain to me. Sneed, you more reasonable and you have more patience than that guy right there, man. Why is that not a rivalry to you, sir?
I don't think the Timberwolves are a legitimate competitor for like a finals run. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they even have the player personnel to really create the rivalry. Like, look at what we're proposing, right? Joker Wemby matchups, Chet Wemby matchups, SGA Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox SGA, Caruso and Dort from the Thunder, Cam Johnson, Jamal Murray. Like there's matchups there. When I look at the Thunder, or excuse me, the Wolves, I see Ant-Man and I see him going up against, a brick wall against those other teams. I think the Timberwolves still need something like Julius Randle's been playing nice since he got there, but is he J-Dub? Is he, Chet Holmgren? Is he he doesn't present a rivalry matchup that the other teams have? And
true, but let's not forget that Minnesota did knock out, Denver, and they knocked out LeBron and Steph last year, and they got to the Western Conference.
Eddie, hold on real quick. Knocking off the injured Warriors does not prove much. And then knocking off the Lakers, bro, the Lakers are trash in the playoffs. LeBron got run off the floor. Luka had ice on his back every as soon as he sat on the bench. Bro, they played 46 minutes a game. They couldn't even walk. That team ain't built for a playoff run.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just giving credit to Ant and everything like that.
I give credit to Ant too. I just don't know his running mates can provide the opportunity to create a rivalry.
But also, like, let me ask you this, right? Part of a rivalry, in all seriousness, is the feeling you get from watching those two teams play, right? Honestly, does Minnesota and Denver feel like a rivalry to you, Edward? It does, it does. It doesn't feel like one to me.
I feel you, bro. I understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump to the East.
Okay.
What about rivalries on the East Coast, on the East side? Was it?
I don't know.
See, here's the thing about the East. Eddie. There's pre-existing rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
There's legacy there, like Knicks, Celtics, Cavs, Pistons.
Celtics.
There's something already kind of there, so that like those things can get to going pretty quick. I would say for this year, it's probably more along the lines of Pistons, Celtics, in my opinion. I think
that might
most likely, but like it's I don't believe in the Knicks as much as I like OG Anunoby and Josh Hart and
today.
They're good players. Brunson's nice too, but there's something about Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown as their coach. Like, it's just not. I'm not getting behind it. I think the way the Pistons play almost guarantees them to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics are proven.
Yeah, so who I would like to see, and Bruce might think that I'm knocking him for it, is Joel Embiid be healthy in the playoffs and he gets there. I mean, I really would like to see Joel Embiid, the Philly and the Knicks in that Eastern Conference. I mean, I'm just like
Maxi's their best player.
I mean, I'm thinking about Detroit. I'm trying to figure out, man, who if K goes down, who's going to be that second scorer right behind him? Because
I agree 100%, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really trying to figure that out because, man, he's doing it all and everything.
First of all, Eddie. First of all, if anybody's second best player goes down, they're not winning a championship. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, real hard to do.
Yeah,
if the first player goes down, that team is not winning a championship. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, because Tobias Harris, man, I don't know what's going on with him, man. He ain't been the same since they let him go walk in Philly. So that's all I got, brother. That's all I got.
No doubt.
I appreciate this. I appreciate that, Sneed. Man, you very patient brother, bro. I really appreciate that, man.
Eddie, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, appreciate that, brother. And Bruce, you be whatever. Water.
You be you, man.
Whatever.
Be water.
What up, Bruce?
What's going on with y'all?
What's going on?
All right, man. Hey, for OKC rivalry, only rivalry I see them is Spurs. That's the budding rivalry I see. The Spurs been putting belts on. He matched up with them, got young, athletic wing guards that can match up with their wing guys. You know, you got like two defensive stoppers and Wemby and Castle. He turned into a lockdown defender. He's very impressive on defense.
Yeah.
He's a disruptor. Spurs the only team that I could see in the West that's actually going to compete with OKC. I would love to see that. That's going to be. I predict that's going to be the Western Conference Finals, and the Spurs going to give OKC, barring injury, hell for the next couple of years, man. And
agreed.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't see who else could you say in the West?
Besides Denver.
The Spurs. Do they match up with them? You say
Denver, I think. I mean, remember Denver took them to 7 last year, so
absolutely.
They didn't smoke them in the playoffs at all.
They didn't smoke them in the playoffs. But OKC got chinks in their armor, man.
They do.
I think that the how could I say, the invincibility that they had last year is not the same. It's like the teams have figured them out a little bit. And the Spurs is right there with them. I'm just sorry, as far as like youth, athletic ability, a mixture of vets, and that's going to feed families, man. But if we get that in the Western Conference Finals,
for sure.
Let me say this: you fuck it off, I'm Atlanta playing this one. A Pistons Spurs finals will be a basketball purist dream, even though it might not be huge in ratings. But a basketball purist dream, a Spurs Detroit Pistons finals. Wemby gonna bring some eyes to the. I'm not trying to predict. Like
no, I got you. Saying. Pistons can't get there though, bro.
As a purist, the people that love '90s basketball, tough physical, both teams that's gonna scrap.
Yeah,
that will be a basketball purist dream. As far as
the league doesn't want that though. The league doesn't want that.
No sleeper. There was a sleeper finals that would do numbers. The Knicks Spurs finals would do numbers, especially in the New York market. I don't know what Spurs market, but
you already know.
In the Spurs finals,
yeah, for sure.
We get to see, especially if it goes 7. We get to see Wemby on the big stage at Madison Garden for 3 games. And you know, everybody trying to hand him the mantle. Not everybody. Everybody trying to hand him the mantle and, you know, passing on to Wemby. But a Spurs Knicks finals after what we saw today. I know you're waiting for the next subject for that, but that would be great. In Detroit, Detroit Spurs be a basketball purist dream.
Yeah.
But as far as OKC, I see the Spurs that rivalry. That's gonna be that rivalry. You know, every time Wemby and Chet go against each other, so Wemby can't stand Chet for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Chet was like, man, I don't know why he don't like me. Like, I ain't never seen that guy.
Yeah, he can't stand him. That's crazy for real.
Wemby got that old school 90s streak in him. I like it. I like what I'm seeing from him. And,
for sure.
All right, bro. I hit y'all back.
No doubt, man. Appreciate the call.
Did you see that it was the post-game interview they did with Alex Caruso yesterday? And I guess Chet walked by and he had his shirt off. And what's Charles Barkley cooked him, bro. Roast him. He's like, man, tell Chet to put a shirt on, bro. He walking around with no chest.
Wow. That's terrible. That's terrible. What's up, VC? How you doing, man?
VC.
What's up, Bruce? What's up, Sneed? I'm doing
what up, brother?
Man.
All right.
Yeah, man. I'm also on the Thunder Spurs bandwagon, man. I'll say this though: the reason why the Spurs look so great against them because you have a 7'5" alien that can guard the post. Then he can get out on the perimeter. It's really no weaknesses in his defensive game.
Right.
So when we watch them, when you're the OKC Thunder, you have to hit your shot. If you don't hit your shot, that is why they look so bad against during the NBA Cup. I think they play 3-4 times of the season, so that's why it looks so bad. Now, when we get to these playoffs and we see the Thunder with all their guys, the Spurs with all their guys, I mean, because what the Spurs is giving to you from guard play, I mean, you're running a 4-guard rotation out there, so it's going to be very interesting when we get to playoffs. I also want to see how the Spurs and the Thunder are going to look against each other, man. I mean, no, the Spurs and the Wolves, my fault, man, because, you know, you got Ant over there. You got Jaden McDaniels. Definitely want to see how that'll work out. And then on the east side, I think the Pistons have a chance. But the thing with the Pistons is that trading for Kevin Huerter at the deadline and not a real, shot creator like that, you know what I mean? Somebody who doesn't need K to get their own, that's going to bite them. So if they don't make it this year, I'm not mad at it. It's still a success in my opinion. But you better look for guys like Zach LaVine, and whoever you get, just make sure that he buys in to that defense over there. But JB Bickerstaff, he's coaching them well, so I'm pretty sure whoever they get, they're going to buy into that Pistons basketball. And then on the East, I mean, Boston, New York. I know that's the next topic, but I think New York, compared to Cleveland, Cleveland, you got James Harden, who doesn't have a great playoff history. So it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out the East. But I think I wouldn't say it's wide open. I think either the Pistons or the Celtics are probably going to be the team to get out of there.
Yo, so VC, man, I really like that Zach LaVine idea as being the second guy to Cade Cunningham. But the question is, will he commit to trying to defend? That's the question. But I like it in terms of being that second scorer because the Pistons definitely need that. I don't think they're going to be able to get where they want to go until they get that. But I like it a lot. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think the Pistons needed to get Tyler Hero, not Duncan Robinson.
Well, the Heat apparently love Tyler Hero. They weren't gonna let that guy
go. Yeah, no, you can't. You think the Heat gets Ja Morant or Giannis in this whenever these guys get off the book?
I have no idea.
Well, Giannis got another year next year, so he'd have to be traded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and why the hell would I want Ja Morant in Miami? That's not, no. I don't even know if Pat Riley could keep that under control. Nah, you don't want him there.
Well, Ja Morant is a risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think was it Transformer that made the comparison to getting handed the keys for the first time? Mm-hmm. He's gonna wreck the car, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
You're gonna be getting a call at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Dad, the car's wrecked.
Yeah, that's crazy. But man, I appreciate the call, VC. That's good stuff, man. Thank you, brother.
Solid, VC.
Sir, thank you.
All right, man. That was a good idea, Zach LaVine to the Pistons. I like that.
I personally don't believe in getting one-dimensional players who are not like super elite at what they do. Like if you can get the best of the best that does something specific, then fine, make the concession. But if he's just like good at something, but the rest of it's whack, bro, there's 30 guys in the league like that.
He's a really good shooter now. And he's a slasher.
I mean, that's cool, bro. But like Malik Beasley was doing that too before he started doing that other stuff. He was filling that role.
Yeah,
just saying, man. Just saying.
If LaVine goes to Detroit, he needs to completely reinvent himself, which I doubt he will do. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. Some of these guys seem to be stuck in their ways, Bruce. Look at Luka.
I get it.
You know, not even close to making any changes. Like everybody talking about how he's in shape and stuff. Well, then why has he got a back heat pad on? Yeah. Why are you having trouble playing 35 minutes a game?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about, man.
You know what though? Let me say this real quick, and we'll talk about Lakers and Luka and all that later. So he lost all that weight this summer when he was back in Slovenia. So let's just real quick, as someone, I was in Europe last summer, and I can tell you the difference in our food and their food. It's a lot easier to lose weight over there. Like the stuff that they import from America food-wise is actually labeled. Like our candy, our chips, all that is labeled. Like basically, like don't eat that because we have all the preservatives and all the extra sugars and all the like. If you're in England and you get an orange soda, it's like the color of Mountain Dew. It's not even orange. It's not. It doesn't have near the amount of sugar or near the taste. But the point I'm trying to say is, you know, in Europe the diet is so much more pure, so much less preservatives and all this other stuff, and so it's a lot easier for Luka to go over there if he's training to lose weight. Now he comes back to the States and he got all this other stuff. So, you know, it's a thought.
I mean, don't they have chefs?
Well, that's the other thing. You're rich. Why don't you have a chef? I agree, but
I mean, he's probably picking up food on the way home from games, bro.
Probably. Yeah, I would like to think that, and I enjoy cooking, but I would like to think that if I was rich like that, I'd have the illest chef, because the reason most people don't eat healthy is because, let's be real, it doesn't taste that good, right? Because it doesn't have all the crap. But if you have a chef can make healthy food taste really good.
Yeah, it's all in the seasoning and the preparation.
Yeah, right.
Good quality ingredients, you know. Oh, hey, you know, I gotta make this dish needs to get sweet. Well, we're gonna use some organic honey. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just to drizzle on the top, just to give you the taste, right? You know, we gotta use a souring agent. You know, we're not gonna use that, whatever that compound is. We're just gonna put a little bit of some mac on there. You know, like the natural way to do the things from herbs, from crops. Yeah. You know, as opposed to just a bunch of stuff that's sauces and jars and cans.
Right. So yeah, so to that point, if I was rich and he's very rich, why doesn't he have a chef? Who knows? But all right, let's take it to let's go on to the next topic. We're flying through these here, y'all. Sneed got what you need, man. So New York Knicks, despite what we saw from them today, really good win against the Spurs on national TV at Madison Square Garden. I guess the question is, what's going on? And I'll let you rock from here, man.
So the Knicks are not a bad team. The Knicks are actually a decent team. The Knicks are currently holding they're basically the third team in the East, I think. You know, the Cavs still kind of lag behind them a little bit, but it's pretty clear that it's going to be the Pistons, and then it's the Celtics, who nobody expected to be number 2, but here they are. Right. The Knicks are kind of hanging around that 3 spot. It's not bad, but there does seem to be something that feels missing from the New York Knicks.
Right.
Because the magic from last year hasn't carried over. They got themselves a new coach. They moved on from Tom Thibodeau. They bring in Mike Brown. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he does from a system standpoint that is so different than Tom Thibodeau. The last I remember from Mike Brown is this is a guy who has defensive principles. This is a guy who's going to ask his players to defend. His offenses aren't typically bad. They're just nothing special. He did have some time in the Golden State Warriors organization. He's obviously from the Greg Popovich tree. You know, so there's basketball IQ, there's intellect, there's system, there's discipline, there's all those things, philosophy, the whole nine. What I think Mike Brown is learning in New York is that it's loud. And when you don't win games, it gets louder. And they lost some games recently that have New York fans in a tizzy. I personally go about my sports business like this, Bruce. I watch the games. I listen to the fan bases and how they see the teams. So I listen to some of the New York media and I listen to some of the New York fans. After a game, they lost by 38 points. They lost by 38. In a city like New York, the team might as well be on fire.
Yeah.
You know, when you lose by 38. Then they followed up with a 22-point victory.
Right.
And then they lose.
Big swing.
Right? And then they win and then they lose. So they're inconsistent. They're a very inconsistent team. And what it calls back to is the roster. The roster has like work ethic type players, Bruce, where you have guys like Landry Shamet. You have guys like OG Anunoby, willing defenders, hard nose. They play hard. And then you have a guy who doesn't really fit that mold in Jalen Brunson. He's your go-to for points. He's also kind of like your facilitator. And then Karl-Anthony Towns, who just doesn't really fit that hard-nosed New York work ethic, right? He doesn't. Karl-Anthony Towns does not embody a Knickerbocker. He's not that kind of player.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't really make sense for him to be there, but he is a very capable scoring option. You know, he's very, like, the dude walks into 30-foot threes. You know, he really is an amazing talent offensively, but he's a liability on defense. I think that has really stuck out like a sore thumb this year. Jalen Brunson is starting to be questioned because he's disappearing in games. You know, he had a really good couple of years in New York, and this year he hasn't been as consistent. So the rumblings are getting loud. They're calling for these guys to step up and be better because the magic isn't there from last year. Bruce, I'm big into watching games and seeing how these guys play. To me, there's a handful of players on that team that are very consistent night in and night out. I think Cat and Brunson are the more inconsistent of the two, and they're the two guys that can either uplift you or bury you at the same time. What do you think about the Knicks' chances this year in terms of the way they're constructed, coming off an NBA Finals, Eastern Conference Finals run last year, I think they went 6 games with the Pacers. Like, what's their ceiling this year? And if things don't work out, if they don't at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals, do you think the Knicks have remorse and move on from Mike Brown, or maybe have to consider reconstructing the roster and those top 2 guys with Brunson and Cat?
Man, listen, and it's no disrespect to Mike Brown. I don't believe in the dude, and I think it was not, and you know this, I don't think it was a good move to fire Tibbs and then replace him with Mike Brown, because clearly Mike Brown is not who they wanted anyway. They fired Tibbs with no plan, and they kind of went with who they could get. I don't believe in him. I don't think he's the guy that can get it done. I would rather a defensive coach who, you know, maybe is too tough on his players or plays his players too many minutes than a guy who just, I don't think can get it done, right? And don't get me wrong, we saw Mike Brown have some incredible years with LeBron in Cleveland. We know the guy can coach. We saw him do some good stuff on that Golden State staff. We know the guy can coach, but there's nothing that makes me believe that. Because think about it, right now, it's like finals or bust for the Knicks based on what they did last season. What makes you think that Mike Brown can get the Knicks to the finals? And I'm not saying you think that.
So do you think Tom Thibodeau exceeded expectations?
Yes.
And now it's like Mike Brown has to live up to those or better.
Yeah, because you fired Tibbs and he got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. So the next guy has to what? The next guy is supposed to get you to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's not going to do that. I'm telling you, he's not going to do that. I would be shocked if that happened, right? Now, the Eastern Conference is wide open. We can give him that, but I just don't see it for the reasons you named. Cat being not just Cat, but Cat and Jalen Brunson being like, you got two liabilities on defense. And even though Mike Brown is a very good defensive coach, he's not Tibbs in my estimation. So Tibbs at least could, scheme you out of being totally torched as a result of having two piss poor defenders on the floor. I don't know if Mike Brown can do that for you.
I've seen some games, Bruce, where they take Karl-Anthony Towns out of the game preemptively in the effort to win the game on defense.
Right.
So they're taking away a guy who legitimately like three levels: the paint level, the post level, the perimeter level. He's a very dynamic offensive player. They're willing to bench that at certain junctures of the game because of the defensive liability. It's almost like they're making a concession. We can only have one defensive liability on the court at a given moment. So they're going to bring in, they're going to play the matchup games. They're going to bring in Shamet. They're going to, have OG in that lineup, Bridges, Josh Hart, guys they trust. Like Mitchell Robinson gets in these games and is very disruptive. Like, but he's a traditional big in that sense.
Yeah,
he will protect the rim and crash glass.
Yes.
Which is Cat's kind of reckless.
Yeah, so
he gets a lot of offensive fouls and he does all this other stuff. It just seems like he's got this unusual way of seeing the game in these really high leverage moments. And in New York, they will burn it down to the ground if it's your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what it feels like right now. It feels like on those games where they lose by 30 and Cat's not a part of it and he's got 11 points and 3 rebounds. Right. They just want him gone.
So last year, Cat averaged 24.5 and just under 13. And so, first of all, I was really surprised by the way he was rebounding. But unfortunately, and I don't know if this is a function of modern coaching and whatnot, a lot of guys really don't crash the offensive boards. I don't know if that's a function of if you crash the offensive boards, you don't get the rebound, you don't secure.
Well, Mitchell Robinson gets more important rebounds than him.
Yeah. And that's where I was going, right? So a lot of defensive rebounds, very few offensive. So you're not getting those second chance opportunities. But this year, Cat's rebounding is down and his scoring is down like 5 points a game. So I don't know exactly what's happening. And again, I'm Wax Museum. I'm old school guy. You're a big, and there's very few true bigs in this league. Why are you shooting so many threes instead of dominating on the block?
Because he can.
And that's
what he'll tell you. I'm taking the threes because I can make them. He walks into 30-footers, Bruce, and he's got the confidence in it.
But what he doesn't realize is you get your butt on the block, get down
because he could do more damage down there on a consistent level. There's value to putting the other team's best rim protector in foul trouble.
Yes, exactly. I
think part of Wemby's ascension this year comes from the fact that he's playing a smarter brand of basketball.
Yeah, sure.
He's not taking 9 threes a game. When tall guys, centers and bigs take a bunch of threes, you're not doing something special for your team. Guards can do that for you.
Right.
What you do that the guards can't do is go dominate around the hoop. Right.
Right. Exactly. Right. No, VC, I did not see the convo Shaq had with Wemby. I'm going to have to look that up after we get off of this. But yeah, so it's definitely frustrating. And the Cat, and you're paying this guy a ton of money. Like, that's why I remember I kept saying, if you could put together a package with Karl-Anthony Towns to get him to Milwaukee and you can get back Giannis, do that. I would have done it, but needless to say, maybe the Knicks didn't want that.
I think Giannis's destiny is Boston, bro.
I'm okay with that too.
I don't think it's.
I will trade Tatum for Giannis. I'm cool with that.
As much as it makes sense because of the Greek community and the international aspect.
Well,
I think
he's that in Boston too. They got a pretty decent Greek community in Boston. So
that's true. Yeah.
My cousin's actually married to a Greek dude.
Tikanis.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the school that their daughters go to, Giannis went to the school one time, and he was, So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. But no, actually, Horizon vibes. Giannis is built for Madison Square Garden. He's one of the few of these modern players that I think is built for that and could deal with it. Absolutely.
I'd say when it comes to the game, Giannis stands on business.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the game, what's kind of going on right now with Milwaukee is a phase of his career that just really needs to move on.
Right.
I'm telling you, Bruce, I've been listening to shows like this from very energized New York fans. They have a very interesting way of seeing the world. The Knicks will win by 20. Oh, we're back, baby. And then the Knicks lose by 30 and they want everybody gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that is an emotional roller coaster with the New York fans, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
It's extreme, Oh, snap. What up, Tim? What's happening, bruh?
Yeah. But I would be Giannis and Jaylen Brown and what? Vicious. That would be crazy. I would
cold-blooded.
No doubt. All right, let's open up the phone lines. Let's take a couple calls on these Knicks, and then we'll go.
But by the way, what do you think of the nickname for Karl-Anthony Towns, the Big Purr?
Yo, I said, look at this guy. That sounds about right, though.
Yeah.
That sounds about right because he's mad soft.
Yo, it's crazy. The Big Purr.
For sure.
I think somebody calls him the Big Bodega. I ain't trying to. Nah, man.
Oh, I can see because he's Dominican. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bodega.
I see that. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If you guys want, please, we'd love to hear from you. Your thoughts on what's going on with the Knicks. What could maybe make them better in the off season? What you're seeing happening right now? What were your thoughts on our discussion on the Knicks? We'd love to hear from you. Numbers on the screen, 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. Truth
be told, the NBA is better when the Knicks are in the finals.
One of those teams, for sure.
One of those teams. It's Celtics type things, but it's Lakers types things, and now we're kind of seeing some other teams kind of become basketball royalty, like the Spurs have become basketball royalty.
Or could you imagine if the Sixers finally got back to the finals, like what that would? I remember the Sixers are one of the banner franchises as well. So to be able to see them get back to the finals would probably be pretty good as well. Edward, what's good, man?
Eddie,
what's up, fellas, man?
Hey, man.
Steve, you was cooking, bro. You was straight cooking with facts and everything. I agree with everything you said because this is what I said too. So Bruce already answered. I'm gonna ask you, Sneak. Playoff start right now. Who are you taking? Because right now with this standing, New York 3, Philly 6. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Knicks.
Really? After all that cooking you just did?
I don't believe that the Sixers will hold up because I don't think Joel Embiid holds up. Tyrese Maxey can't carry against a good defensive team. He can compete, but he's not going to be able to score 50. I don't know. I can't trust Embiid's health, man. That's real.
Man, I'm looking at the experience. I mean, look, with Joel Embiid, with his injury issues and everything, right now he's sitting out tonight. They playing against Detroit. I mean, I'm not Detroit, Boston. Boston is up by 2. Come on, Philly. Let's go.
Who's a better defensive team, the Knicks or the Sixers?
Now, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
That is really a tough one. I don't know about that one because I do like Philly's backcourt with VJ and Tyrese.
Yeah.
They got a good backcourt. They both can play.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I got the Knicks proven commodity.
Really, who I would take to win it would be Philly because of course their coach's experience. He won a chip with Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And also, man, look, Joel Embiid, if he's there, man, he's gonna have something to prove.
Who's got a more reliable offense?
Tyrese does. He is consistent. I mean, like
Tyrese is.
I mean, VJ also. VJ, he can give you. He's there too, though. But see,
unproven commodity in the playoffs, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like with Catman, he. I don't know what it is. He struggles against Pistons. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Pistons have Jalen Duren, who's basically LeBron's kid brother, who's been in the weight room more than him.
Right.
Man, because he struggled against them last season when they played against them in the first round. So
yeah,
it's a lot. But right now, I agree with everything you just said. But all I know is that I would take Philly if it started right now. I would take Philly over the Knicks, man.
Knicks in
and then
6.
And then what else I was gonna say? So what would this be if the Knicks does not make it, Bruce? What would this do? Are they gonna keep Mike Brown, or what they gonna do?
Proves that they shouldn't have hired Mike Brown.
Yeah, it proves they shouldn't have hired him, but they're gonna keep him. They're not just gonna, like, as bad organization as the Knicks are, they're not gonna fire him after 1 year. But something's gonna have to happen. Something's gonna have to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's all. That's all I got, fellas. I'm gonna watch the game. Jalen Brown and Bruce. Speaking of what you said, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk offline, brother.
No. Wait. Hold on. While I got you here, let's keep this simple. No. While we're here, we're gonna keep this simple. No. I'm not. No, I want to make this clear. Look. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Calm down. What I'm saying is this. I don't know why. Because I don't want to put knee pads on. You're acting like I have a problem with Jalen Brown, with Jason Tatum. No, listen. Just because you're in love with him, I don't have to be. All right.
You have a wonderful night.
I don't love him like you love him, bro.
I don't love him like you love him.
It's very disingenuous and disrespectful. I don't know what it is about him.
It's nothing. I think he's an outstanding, incredible player.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if I could have Giannis, I'm taking Giannis. What's wrong with that? Real talk. What's wrong with that?
You be you, sir. You have a
exactly. You can't answer the question. All right.
I can't answer the question.
You can't.
Yes, I can answer the question.
You can't.
You have, dude, man. It's like talking to a female. All right, Bruce, bro. You have a good night, sir.
Yeah. I know Horizon vibes. You cannot take Tatum off our hands. No. He ain't going.
You missed it, bro. And he started laughing like Kawhi Leonard at the I don't even know where you are right now.
I'm just a fun guy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's get to the last topic and then we'll get up out of here, boy. We're moving right along. This is good. It's good stuff. All right. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. I messed up and I didn't change the picture on the overlay, so it's not matching up. So
you know what we could do, bro? Because this one, it's the Nick Wright story, right?
Yeah.
All right. We just put up the Big Nose Bandit up on the screen, bro. We'd be all right.
Give me one of those now. Yeah,
I got you.
All right, y'all. So again, apologies for the overlay. I messed up, not paying attention to detail, and so it looks bad. But we're going to talk about Luka and the Lakers and LeBron Raymond James Sr. And so this is where it gets interesting, right? So when we're talking about, my bad, 1 second. All right, there we go. Man, what's wrong with you, man?
I don't know, man. This is what it came.
He's trying to shave his head. Good move, bro. Good move. Okay.
That's what showed up, man. I don't know. We get that dude some lighting, bro.
You need help, man. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. So here's the deal, right? So the Lakers, obviously, biggest name biggest name franchise in the league, right? When the Lakers are great, the league is great. It's great for the league. We know that. As much as I hate to say it, being a Celtics fan, but the truth is the truth, right? So we got to acknowledge that. And so I want to first start off here. We talked about last year when the Luka Doncic trade went down. Sneed, do you happen to remember, like, what was the first thing I said about that when the Luka Doncic trade went down? What was my thought on that? You remember?
I think you, like a lot of people, questioned the fit. I think you, like a lot of people, questioned how the offense would work, how the possessions would be divvied, if you will. And I think that's valid. You know, you have a guy who's played a certain way his whole career in LeBron, right? Ball-centric, heliocentric. Luka's been that way for the first 7 years of his career, you know, so coming into this season, even after seeing, what was it, like February, March, April, and then into the playoffs, I mean, it didn't look great. When they're taking turns and they're scoring, it's cool, but if they're missing, then it's like, okay, well then what's the offense? What how does the ball move?
Right.
It's kind of obvious to us now, and I think some of us called it then, and I think I know where you're going. Bit of a victory lap for some of us here.
Just saying.
You basically have Luka, who is a 27-year-old version of the 41-year-old version LeBron. And you know, JJ Redick didn't seem like the guy who was going to be able to do it after the first season. You saw the way the playoffs turned out. I think we are just being validated.
Absolutely.
Like this is confirming what our concerns were, which was they lack a system. It's going to be somebody's going to be standing around. And that's what we've seen. Bruce, are we going to watch the video with
we're going to watch the video. You want to watch it now?
I mean, at some point, I think we should watch the video.
Yes.
But but the commentary is important because Nick Wright was one of those people that said this thing was going to work. It was all going to coalesce. LeBron would concede in a way that was going to be conducive to winning, and Luka having his opportunities and all that. And it just does not.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. So we actually have a video that my guy Sneed got what you need put together, and he's going to give some thoughts on this while the video plays. So let's go.
LeBron, over the last 10 games, you've been shooting 19.5% from three. Had a pretty good night shooting from beyond the arc today. What do you think went into that, and how's your comfort level there right now?
I'm comfortable in every shot I take. I can shoot 0.0% from the three-point line. I believe I'll make the next one. I've been playing ball my whole life, so not much of a numbers guy, to be honest.
You guys did make 19 three-pointers.
I remember what LeBron 20 or 21 when I did the Father Time commercial thing. I'm in a battle with him, and I would like to say that I'm kicking his ass on the back nine.
I gotta say, Sneed, that was my favorite LeBron James highlight video ever. That was fantastic.
That's one game.
One game.
That's 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Those were only the plays that resulted in points.
Oh my gosh.
So Nick Wright says
yes
that LeBron already assimilated to the Lakers system. LeBron already has coalesced with the Lakers and Luka. Where? Well, I mean, if we're talking about just the offensive side of the ball, fine. You guys want to excuse the poor defensive effort, fine. But even on offense, Bruce, how many times they didn't score 100 points this year? Like 7 times.
Yeah.
This is a league where the average is 116.
Yeah. Yeah, guys,
you can't score 100, and you've got 2 All-NBA players and a rising star, all-star in Austin Reeves. We can't get this thing to work. And Nick Wright says something like, yeah, LeBron did his part. They're meshing just fine.
Well, of course,
it's everybody else. It's everybody else.
He has to see. Come on, man. You know what time it is.
Did you see how far LeBron was from the play on offense when he
that was pretty
the
bad.
ball?
Now,
he's 40 feet from the rim. He can't threaten the defense from there.
Right. But if you'll remember, that was one of the, and this is not
a basketball conversation, Bruce.
For sure. And but for real, one of the first things I said when the Luka trade went down was this isn't going to work because LeBron is not great off the ball. Now, he tried for a little bit when, at the beginning, whatever, but it just, as you can see, when he doesn't have the ball, he's totally disinterested, right? Just, stand around, and you can say, okay, he's 41, he's saving energy. Well, if you're 41 and you can't play the way you're supposed to go play, sit down. Go sit down, retire, and call that one of the greatest careers we've ever seen. Why can't you just do that? Well, I know why you can't do
Bruce,
that.
I don't even have a problem with Bron in this. I have a problem with the people lying about the play. That's really the issue. The issue is not LeBron. He is 41.
Yeah. Right.
But
Exactly.
why do we have? But when he plays well, I got people telling me he's all NBA.
Well,
and when he doesn't play well, all of a sudden he's 41 again. Yeah. So which one is it?
You know which one it is. It's both. It's both. Come on, man. No, absolutely. And so that was the first thing I said, was that it's not going to work because LeBron playing off the ball, that's not great, right? Okay, we know that. But what was the other thing that I said? When things don't start going right, guess what's going to happen? Luke is going to get thrown under the bus. He's going to be the scapegoat. And now we're seeing that happening. Like, I don't know why people were so upset with me. Like, I was hating and I was making stuff up and I was lying, as if we haven't seen this at every stop in LeBron's career.
Bro,
go ahead.
Bruce, that video, that's real footage. That's not AI.
No, it's AI. You made that up. Yeah.
That's actual game footage. And if you look, those are consecutive plays. Check the timestamps of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not cherry picking.
No.
Those were consecutive possessions.
And that's one game, Sneed. That's one game. All the games that it's looked like that this season. We saw and I'm no Lakers fan, obviously. Y'all know that. But we saw what the Lakers were capable of when LeBron was out and injured, and Austin Reeves and Luka were cooking together. We saw they were playing well. LeBron comes back, and all of a sudden, things start getting weird, right? But then you got guys like, shout out Roy Ames in the chat. Wow, bro, that hate. Please explain to me what the hate is, because what we're doing is showing you what he did. Nobody's making that up. Nobody's telling lies how LeBron is hated on. Is it a lie that everywhere he's been throughout his whole career, he's had to scapegoat other players? Really? Is that a lie? You tell me. Or is that hating? Because I'll tell you what, hate is the new truth. When you tell the truth, you're hating. And I've said that for years now. This is insane.
This actually is a basketball conversation about what type of players can be part of a roster, properly constructing it so that roles are filled. Why are the Lakers having trouble rebounding?
Right.
There's several players on the floor at the same time that don't rebound.
Yeah.
Why are there players standing around? Because there's certain players who don't know how to play off the ball. They've been ball dominant their whole career.
Right. And then we hear, they go get what's my guy's name? The center, DeAndre Ayton. They go get him, a career 16-10 guy. So not a bum, right? Far from a bum. Career 16-10 guy in the NBA, rim protector, post player, so on and so forth. And then, everybody's getting on him now because he says, hey, they expect me to be Clint Capella. I'm not Clint Capella. I'm DeAndre Ayton, which I respect. But you got to treat DeAndre Ayton like he's DeAndre Ayton. You went and got the guy. Can he get some touches on the block? Can he start getting in a rhythm? Can he?
Yeah.
Can you put him in a situation where he can be effective for you so that he can play harder? Come on, man. Stop.
He's had some good games this year, and he's been inconsistent, but I think you have to give him a consistent role. I don't think you go away from him in a game just because he missed a couple of shots. I still think you have to be consistent with that player and with that role. I know Rui's been in and out of the lineup. Marcus Smart has been a nice addition. He's really helped them defensively. Jake LaRavia can play. Luke Kennard can play. You got to find ways to get Kennard like 8 to 10 shots a game. You can't be letting this guy only get 5-6 shots a game. You got to look to, and part of this is a conversation about JJ Redick, who I think is poorly integrating players into a system or their roles. And I think the other part is, it's just the system of give Luka ball, give LeBron ball. If one of them is injured, give Austin Reeves ball and make stuff happen. It's not really a system. And maybe that's what JJ Redick thinks basketball is. I need to make sure that my best player gets to dictate where the ball goes. When in actuality, in systems, the ball goes to the place where the best shot is.
I was about to say that's weird because he played for Coach K, so he knows what a real system looks like.
How does he speak to old legacy coaches and players though?
Yeah, very disrespectfully.
Yeah,
but he played for Coach K. You don't think he talked to Coach K like that?
I mean, I don't think these guys really respect the foundation of basketball. I think they try to make it complicated. They try to use terminology and words. Like whenever somebody says gravity, right? Whenever a red flag shoots up for me, what do you mean by gravity? Explain to me in basketball, what is gravity? And then they go on this long diatribe about gravity, and I still don't know what they're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like JJ Redick's that kind of guy. So I think he's one of those guys that overcomplicates certain things and kind of exudes this strange kind of arrogance about the game that he really has not earned.
Agreed.
And he's wound up real tight, so he snaps all the time. He's not very level-headed. He doesn't really look like a Lakers coach, act like a Lakers coach. And the Lakers, they kind of are a reflection of him. By the way, Bruce, the role players, they don't turn over the ball, bro. The Lakers will have like 13, 14 turnovers in a game, and Bron will have 6, and Luka will have 7.
Luka have like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, so like these guys aren't mistake-prone players. Actually, the main two are. They're the ones averaging 6, 7 turnovers a game. Right. Shit. How many times I seen Bron with 8 turnovers this year?
Yeah.
9 turnovers. I think he had a game with 11, but they only counted 9. Luka had a bunch of games with 8 and 9 turnovers. They could use a little ball movement, actually.
Right. No, it's crazy, but all I can say is I feel very vindicated because this is exactly what I said was going to happen. And I'm sitting back and now it's happening exactly how I said it was going to happen. But I'm sure you're going to have people who will, they'll find a way to just say I'm hating and I'm making it up. And, so I'll just ask what Eddie Murphy has. Who you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? You know what I mean?
The crazy thing was after the Luka trade, there were people saying that the Lakers were favorites to win the finals.
Well, the presumption is, okay, we got a couple of big names, and whenever LeBron gets another big name with him, he can win. So I think that was kind of
Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis went down with the injury in December, he was like number 2 in the MVP ladder. Do you remember that, Bruce?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
December of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis was like an MVP frontrunner.
Mm-hmm.
He was the best two-way player in the NBA at that moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
He gets injured, then ends up getting traded. And then they said, this Luka and LeBron thing, they're going to the finals.
Right.
They were bounced, gentlemen swept by the Wolves in round 1. And then in the offseason, they quote-unquote addressed their needs by bringing in a center, which they said they needed.
Right.
And then they addressed the perimeter defense with Marcus Smart. They should be better than last year. They finished second in the West last year?
Yeah, they did.
They're 6th or 7th right now.
6th.
And they are getting blown out by any team that has a 500 record?
Mm-hmm.
They have a losing record at home? Is that right? Or a better record away than they do at home?
That I'm not sure.
That's weird. They're such an unusual team. But this is what happens when you don't have structure. This is what happens when you don't have a system. This is what happens when the messaging from your lead guy is illegitimate. What's that?
I said, this is what happens when Bronny James is taking a roster spot.
The Lakers Transformer was right. See you next year.
Yeah. At least he acknowledged it. He said, okay, this is a throwaway year. But here's the scary thing, though. Like, LeBron wants to be there. What if he says, I'll take the pay cut, and he comes back? What then? He's still not going to change the way he wants to play.
But taking a pay cut,
lack of effort.
Taking a pay cut would still require the Lakers to extend a contract to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know what Jeannie Buss said, but
right.
I mean,
if it's a big enough pay cut, they'll do it.
Is that final say? I think what they would also want is clarity on LeBron's retirement.
Mm.
If it really is about LeBron just retiring a Laker, they probably want an assurance that he's actually retiring.
Yeah. Say, okay, you say you're retiring, we'll give you your tour that you want so much. Just, give you that, play you 10 minutes, and you can get up out of it.
Do you think Luka's happy about LeBron sitting out on the perimeter like that?
No.
Because then there's like a double team on him.
Right, because if LeBron was LeBron is shooting 31% from 3 this year. So if he was more of a pure shooter, then Luka would be like, okay, but that's not helping because LeBron is not attracting defensive attention like he once did.
Bro, he's
so like you showed in the video, like when he's out there, you don't even really have to deal with him. So
he's 35 feet away from the rim.
Yeah.
Whatever shot he puts up from there is like a gift.
Yeah.
To the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Derek White wasn't even moving.
Chilling.
He was hanging out, bro.
Chilling. He's like,
he could have took out a granola bar and just ate it on that possession, bro.
Right. Yeah. Let me have a snack here. Crazy.
Boston baked beans, bro. He could have brought one of them joints with him, bro.
There you go. I love it, Sneed. I love it. All right,
Take calls, bro. Take calls. I'm about to get roasted.
Yeah,
they're going to say, why you hating? I already know, bro. I already know. Because, we fabricated the whole video. That's not real footage,
Of course.
First of all, I thought it was tastefully done.
I thought it was tastefully done as well.
If there are any young kids out there who want to learn how to play basketball, I just showed you something so important.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 things you have to learn in life: what to do and what not to do. So I showed you what not to do.
There you go. Nino, what's good, my man?
What's good with y'all?
What up, man?
Hey, I gotta say, I agree with everything y'all said, but Luka's scapegoat. Now, the LeBron defense, I'm not here to defend nobody ain't doing it.
Okay.
We already know LeBron don't play no defense.
Right.
But I want to go back to 2 things. When everybody was saying Rich Paul, and I called you and said Rich Paul, right. You got 3 people that can't play defense no more. But Bugs play in 2 minutes, so that really don't count. That's no defense.
Right.
On the court. The smart thing would be for one of them to go to the bench and come off the bench and run their own unit and be the main guy.
Well, you know that's not going to be Bron, so it's going to have to.
Ain't doing
right.
You know Bron ain't doing it.
It got to be Austin Rivers. Austin Reeves, excuse me.
Austin Reeves.
Yes.
You know Luka ain't doing it.
Correct.
He's the man. That'll be the number one thing. He still won't fix it, but he'll fix a lot of the trouble because none of those guys are great jump shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So even Luka is kind of 50-50. How he he can hit when he got the ball, step back, he can get hot with that, but he's not a spot-up shooter either.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them should go to the bench, put some more defense in, and that might help you out a little bit. But
right.
The goal to the thing with Luka now is Luka can't be the scapegoat. It's Luka's team. Everybody is not handling the ball the way Luka handles the ball. Now, we gotta all agree with that. Luka has the ball. It's his team. It's his shot. Now, they got Bron up there with him. I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, man, it's a lot of money for what I'm getting. So, next year, I think we'll get to really see what Luka. You got to put defense around him.
For sure. Because he's not going to do it.
Have him and Austin. You got to put defense around him. Make the defense. Now, where you going to get it? I don't know. But there's no more scapegoat. What doesn't happen is that LA light doesn't hit. Because you've been saying it. That's probably why you get so. Because you were saying it when they were saying Luka was the best. You just using it against Bron now. But everybody that watch basketball for real know Luka ain't never played defense.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Light, I just didn't know how bad the LA light was. I thought Luka was going to get kind of a pad.
Mm-hmm.
But the LA light is serious. That put on all your flaws because Bron really didn't have to play defense too much in Cleveland at the end either.
Right. But
the
Nino,
LA light, man, they putting it on them.
For sure. But Nino, you've been around this show for a long time now. Tell me, remember when YD attacked me and went crazy for me saying that it wasn't going to work because LeBron don't play well off the ball? And I said it wasn't going to work because LeBron was going to end up scapegoating Luka, and he went nuts. And I said, okay, I'm just going to sit back. And you remember that? That's why you're laughing. That's why I said, okay, I'm just going to wait, and I'll be right as usual. And now we're seeing it, right? So, this is what frustrates me. People act like I make this stuff up, but I speak from what we have watched happen with LeBron over the course of the last 2 decades. This is not new.
But what I'm confused on the scapegoat part, maybe because I'm looking at the team. Are y'all saying, is everybody saying that this team is better than the record show? Like they should be a better team?
No, we're saying that, or I'm saying, I'm not going to speak for anyone else.
I'll tell you what I'm going to say in a second.
Yeah, Rich Paul and LeBron and the clutch cronies are trying to blame Luka for the troubles in LA, which I said was going to happen. But go ahead, Sneed.
The LA Lakers have lost probably 6 or 7 games just on bad coaching from JJ Redick. And then I would also add that they probably have 8 or 9 wins because the other team's best players were unavailable due to injury. Because when those players were available, the Lakers got blown out by 30 or 20.
Right. Well, what about this, Sneed? I'm saying, do y'all think that the Lakers are better than what they record showing? Because I think the record is better than. I don't think they're that good now. If we still hold
the Lakers have talent on the roster. The Lakers have talent on the roster. Aiden can play offense. His defense is very mid, but he can play offense. He could score, actually.
His defense is better when his offense is moving.
Yeah, that's true. When he's
answering the question, they got talent, but are they 10 games above? I mean, everybody got talent. Are they super? Where do y'all think they should be? Are they underachieving?
No.
I don't think they're underachieving.
I don't think they're underachieving.
They're 100% underachieving. You have 2 All-NBA players and another All-Star. They are absolutely underachieving. LeBron was a second-team All-NBA player. These people told me he should have been first All-NBA last year.
That is what they said.
This is what they're telling me. I said that he wasn't. They told me I was crazy, and here we are having this conversation, Nino.
But he doesn't slow down even from last year. But last year,
it's the same guy as last year.
He looked a little older, but I don't think he didn't make second team last year.
Yes.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Cade Cunningham was third team. Jalen Williams was third team, and I was railroaded for it.
No, they shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Mm-mm.
Now they're looking stupid.
Cade Cunningham on a different level now, though.
Cade Cunningham is like the second best player in the league, third best player in the league, fourth best player in the league. He's in that conversation.
You can progress and regress in a year. Bron is another year. Oh, it's time really for to hang it up. He look at this one I see.
But he's not playing the game differently though, Nino. It's the same guy he played the same way he played last year. It's the same thing.
Right.
But the athletic said, pay attention, Sneak. This one I knew was over. Bron looked at a rebound in the sky like, man, I used to could go get that. And he just let it.
But that's what he did last year.
Oh,
they're just playing more zone this year. So this is the difference.
It's time to do it. It's time for us to it's time to hang it up now. But that's my theory. I don't think they underachieve. I think they just ain't good. But I'm tuning in. I want to see what everybody else wants to say.
No doubt, Nino. Appreciate the call, bro.
All right, Bruce. All right, Sneak. All
right, Nino. You're the man, bro.
Call from Nino. Chief Sid Bubba, go ahead. Call us back, and that'll be the last one for the night. We'll go ahead and shut it down right there.
See, the thing about Chief's comment that it doesn't fit, it's true, but why doesn't it fit? Let's be honest. Let's be truthful. Why doesn't it fit?
Right.
Who's dictating that it doesn't fit? It looks to me like Austin Reeves is trying to make it fit. Willingly taking a back seat to everybody.
Well, he's got no choice. You know that.
Because he's an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, and it's messed up because it's going to cost him money. Because he was killing before he got hurt and before LeBron.
By the way, he's as reliable a scorer as Luka.
Oh, he was getting
Luka's more streaky. Luka will miss 8 threes in a row. Luka will go 50% from the free throw line. Austin Reeves won't do that.
Right. For sure.
I don't think Austin Reeves turns over the ball as much as Luka either.
No, I don't think so.
He's a little bit less turnover prone.
What was Rob Parker say? Luka's got more turnovers than the bakery. That's his line. Yeah, he turns over a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yep. All right, here we go. Chief, what's going on, man?
Long live the Chief.
It's not time to get your act right up in this club.
Here we go. What you got, Chief?
Go ahead and cook, Chief. Go ahead.
Sneak. Big shout out to your channel. The other night, I answered honestly. Didn't I give you an honest answer?
You did.
I love Bron, but Bron got to go from the Lakers.
Bron got to go from the league, Chief. But go ahead.
You got to go from the Lakers. Let me break it down why, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
You can't have 3 guys that can't play defense.
Yeah, bad luck.
You can't have 3. 1, 2. You can't have all 3. 3 of them. So, and the healthiest guy can't be your 41-year-old with sciatica.
Yeah, that's not good either.
Now, Chief, before you do the defensive thing, because I'm with you, you're not going to get any pushback from neither me nor Bruce. But explain to me why they have so many games where they don't score 100 points. Since you have 3 guys who are all NBA offensive players, why do they have 7 or 8 games where they can't score 100 in a league that averages 116?
Well,
exactly.
They're gonna have to move the ball more and get other guys involved. That's why.
Is LaRavia a decent player?
LaRavia's a good player. I like LaRavia.
Is Kennard a decent player?
What? Huh?
If you were the coach, would you be looking to get Kennard 8 to 10 shots a game?
Yeah, he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
But I think the problem here, Sneed and Chief, is that almost no lineup gives you any defensive flexibility on that Lakers team. Yeah, you're always going to have at least 2 guys out there on the floor.
But I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm still trying to figure out why we can't score 100 like the rest of the league.
Great question. I don't know.
So if you want the defense, fine. You're gonna have to score 130 every night, 125. Why can't you score 100?
But do we always have our best shooters on the game, though? The best shooters.
So JJ Redick is an idiot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he has all his best shooters in the game, he's sacrificing even more defense. Is my point, though, Chief?
Right.
That's why you can't do it.
But guess what? This is what I said from the go. It's just a bad mix. It's a bad mix of players.
Yeah,
they're better
agreed.
off without LeBron. That's what it looks like. Or they're better off without Luka. You just can't have either. You can't have both of them. Because it's really, they doing the same thing. One guy just older than the other.
Right, exactly.
So that's when I was, yes, Roy Ames, 1914. I watched the game now.
Uh-oh.
Shout out. Go Bob. Go Bob. Brother Ames. But, yeah, we watched the games. But the thing about it is, it's LeBron time. Like, Byron Scott said it best. I'm a fan. But LeBron got to.
I'm not saying you got to go home.
But you got to get out of here.
Right.
It's not working for all parties involved.
Right.
Somebody needs to be honest about it.
Facts.
Byron Scott was honest. It's not working out. LeBron would be better off in Cleveland. Last hurrah. You got young guys in there. If you slap, you got young athletic guys. If he,
bro, hang up on Chief, bro. He's done, bro. You're talking about LeBron to Cleveland, bro. This is what you get hung up on, Chief. Come on, man.
Chief telling the truth, man.
No, I'm just saying he would be better suited instead of LA. Because if you got three of your wings, nobody can play defense. LeBron, but see, LeBron did get a couple of blocks in the game, though, but nobody else got none.
Hey, bro,
you can't have this. You can't have the expectations of him being your best defensive player at 41.
Hey, Chief, I got something for you, bro. You ready?
Go ahead, Steve.
How many times in LeBron's absence, the first, month of the year, right?
Right.
Month and a half. The first month and a half of the year. How many times did the Lakers not score 100 points?
I can't even know.
One time.
Okay.
One time without LeBron this season, they weren't able to score 100 points. That was November 12th against OKC.
That's when OKC was just playing.
Many teams have trouble with OKC. Okay.
There you go.
Right.
Now, since LeBron came back.
Right.
All right. Since LeBron came back, they haven't scored 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Okay. But
tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, however.
Tell me the defense is the problem so I can just hit mute on my mic.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. What is LeBron James averaging if they're not hitting 100?
What does it matter what he averages? Look where he's standing on the floor. You just saw my video. Come on, Chief. You saw where he was on the floor. When he doesn't have the ball, he's 35 feet away from the hoop. He can't pose a threat from there.
I remember saying something like that. But anyway.
But okay, hold on. It works both ways. Luka kind of do the same thing. That's why I'm saying.
Here's the difference. Does Luka make a 35-footer?
Yes.
Every now and then.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Every now and then, Steve.
Every now and then. So he's a threat. So the defender will go out there.
Every now and then.
Bruce, hit the clip, bro. Go put it back on, bro. Come on. You didn't see. Chief, you didn't see the video.
I seen the video. Steve, I seen the video. I seen the blue things. I seen the arrows.
How about that Rihanna track? Work.
I've seen it all. I'll say this: if this is LeBron's
shout out to Mill,
year,
man.
they happen to make it to the playoffs, and if he put up a Herculean effort, and let's just say they ain't going to the finals, but if they're able to knock off a first round team and to make Jenny Buss have to think to sign him, as a LeBron fan, I'm gonna love it. As a Laker fan, I'm gonna hate it.
I was about to say, like, I thought you were a Laker fan, man. Come on.
I am a Laker fan, but as a LeBron fan, I'm gonna love it because right when you write the guy off, that's when he gonna show up and do something amazing.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think those.
Are you talking about like in 2023 when they got swept by the Nuggets? By the way, that was 3 years ago. Are you talking about 2024 when they got swept by the Nuggets?
I'm talking about 2020.
Are you talking about last year when they got gentlemen swept by the Wolves? So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the part where he does this Herculean thing, Chief.
AD was the best player, though, Steve. AD was
an MVP candidate last year in December.
Yep. He was. So, but I believe this year we gonna wait and see. So when he does, mark my words, I'm gonna be here for you too. I'm gonna be here for you.
Yeah,
too.
you do that.
I'm telling you. And then when he get ready to leave, it's gonna be interesting.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate the call, Chief. Man, thank you as always. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, let me. Hold on. Before I go, I think I'm gonna have to knock this jarhead upside his head. He's telling me to hang on, Chief.
Don't worry about it, man. You good. You good.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Chief. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. All right, team. We are gonna leave it right there. Appreciate everybody for supporting the show. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you tracking the community posts that we're going to put up on the weekends so that you're aware on Sunday what time we're going to be going live on Sunday evenings. All right. So appreciate all that. Y'all have a great one and we out. Peace.